Thank you, Secretary Favila, for your introduction. Chairperson Ray Chua of CICT, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our leaders of the e-service industry, both here in the Philippines and around the world, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Philippines. As the world heads deeper into recession, we meet today in interesting times, so to speak. But to the fiscally strong, this is a time of opportunity. The Philippines has been compared to an island of stability amidst the raging world economic storm. That's not just coming from me. Standard & Poor's said it. Reasonably healthy, Fitch said it. Macroeconomic risk, the lowest, Credit Suisse. Inherently strong, a potential beneficiary of the world's financial woes, J.P. Morgan. Speaking of the Philippines. We now have 36 quarters of uninterrupted growth since I took office as president in 2001. We've created almost 8 million jobs in 8 years. We remain cautiously optimistic that our resources and plans will allow us to manage our way through this time. This is because we rebooted our economy several years ago with dramatic reforms in revenue collection and generation, fiscal controls, and banking reform. All of these actions were taken before there was a hint of a global crisis. They have held us in good stead. Our GNP grew 8% in 2007, and in 2008, when 2/3 of the world went into recession, we managed to still have a respectable GNP growth of 6%. And we have a cushion in place to help the poor. Aside from revenue, we have focused on reducing our debt-to-GDP ratio and building up new industries such as the BPO sector. We have created the BPO industry from almost nothing in 2001. In 2001, there were 4,000 BPO workers when our administration started. Today, there are 400,000 BPO workers. Thank you so much for so much job creation. I've been asking your industry leaders, how's the industry? And the response is that our BPO industry continues to boom as global cost-cutting is sent to outsourcing. As you know, the Philippines is ranked among the most attractive offshoring destinations in the world because of cost competitiveness and, more importantly, the country's highly trainable, English proficient, IT-enabled quality manpower. Early in our administration, we understood that we must act rationally and strategically to foster a digital culture that maximizes the benefits of ICT. We initially concentrated our efforts on 3 areas. The first area was the building of physical infrastructure. We worked to speed up the telecommunications network infrastructure by bringing down the cost of connectivity. We supported wider public access to communications and information services through the provision, encouraging the provision of broadband services in cities and identified growth areas, and a redundancy of telecommunications gateways. These infrastructure improvements have been among the most important reasons why BPOs have been flocking to the Philippines. The second area was ensuring an appropriate policy and legal environment. It is not the role of government to determine technological outcomes. That is the role of the market. Our role is to provide the environment to grow ICT. To that extent, I created a cabinet-level commission on ICT headed by Ray Chua to lead our ICT policy formulation and implementation. Its function includes harmonizing and coordinating all public ICT initiatives. Our ICT sector is successful because it is driven by the private sector with minimal government intervention. Finally, the third area of development is the development of human capital to close the digital divide and to provide the world-class workers that you need for your industry. The Philippines is one of the highest among the different countries in the number of training facilities for computer programming and other computer-related courses. And to make BPO world competitive, the world competitive industry that it is today, the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority is working closely with the Business Process Association of the Philippines, or BPAP, on training courses on BPO to further enhance the English proficiency to help near hires develop the skills needed to qualify for employment. To date, the Commission on Information and Communications Technology and the Department of Trade and Industry, in cooperation with the Business Process Association of the Philippines, have identified what they call the next wave cities that are best capable of hosting IT, BPO, and e-services operations. The original cyber corridor spanned Metro Manila, going down south to Iloilo, Bacolod, Cebu, up to Davao. Now it has been lengthened, and I hope I get the facts right. They came from Peter Fabula. To include Baguio, Dagupan, Tarlac, Pampanga, especially Clark, Metro Manila, especially Marilao, Mekawayan, and Malolos, Metro Rizal, namely Cainta and Antipolo, Metro Cavite, where we have Dasmariñas and Imus, Metro Laguna, where we have Santa Rosa and Calamba, Metro Batangas, where we have Lipa and Batangas City, Dumaguete, and Cagayan de Oro. In any case, if there are refinements to this list that comprises the cyber corridor, that will be discussed during this conference. What we can say is that BPO and e-services are key drivers of our economy. They generate investment, they generate jobs, they alleviate poverty, they improve the lives of our people. And we are proud to be among the world's leaders in this field. So we are proud to have you all today in this conference and exhibition. To our first-time visitors who have come here to check out the opportunities we offer, I'm sure you will find that the Philippine BPO and e-services sector is among the best in the world. And to our existing investors, thank you for being a big part of the country's sustainable and resilient growth. Maraming salamat, thank you, and welcome once again.